Hey, good morning. Yes, it's morning. It's 7:30 a.m. and believe it or not, it's about 50 degrees out. I got done with my appointment a lot earlier than I expected due to some unforeseen circumstances that cropped up. So, no biggie, no biggie. Something I got to deal with, but I don't want to get into that here. I'm heading back. Good morning. The bright side is, the bright side, I'll beat the rain back home. We got some thunderstorms heading our way. I don't know if you can see in the slow down here. If you over my shoulder there, you can see it's kind of cloudy. And, I do have all the lights on because it's that kind of weird, not quite bright, not quite dark thing. So just do the thing here. Head back. And we'll go this way. I'm at 17th and O. And this is 18th and O. Whoa. Oh, my. You know, if that sun would come out and the wind would die down a little bit, it'd be freaking hot as shit out here. Probably plus 60, 65 today. But then it looks like it's going to happen. But you know what? I got winds out of the south. I think I'm going to go ahead and head up to the grocery store because I only have to battle the winds for a little. Ooh, excuse me, for a little while coming back to the apartment if I go this way. Which that won't be so bad. Are you gonna fucking turn or what? Idiot. Look at it. Another moron. Nice you to block it for me. Well, I swear. Yeah, the grocery store's it's about a mile from my apartment. It is not bad. Even if it's windy. Morning. It just kind of takes me around a little different way. Bit of a different scenery anyway. And this is not what I'm on right now is not an official quote unquote bike trail, but sidewalks are quite wide. And I end up in the same place. Morning. So I got to I'm down by the university. Oh my. And I didn't tug the trailer, so I'm going to be a little limited on what I can buy. Morning. Hey. Ooh, what? Well, found this one pretty good. Ugh. Ah, that's a good fun. Good run. I like a good run. And with the wind blowing the direction it's blowing, it makes it a little easier. Of course, going back to the apartment from the grocery store, it's going to be a bit of a bit. And down we go, and then up we go. A good head of steam built up, and I can just about make it to the top. Damn close. Hey, I got a viewer. Hey, Bruce. Morning, man. Oh. Yeah, I'm out and about again. I had a appointment this morning that was cut a little short, but hey, no biggie. And so I got a pretty strong south wind. It's going to pretty much help blow me up to the grocery store, but I'll have to buck it. Going back to the apartment after the grocery store, because that'll be in my face then. That's a little better. Why? Oh, why doesn't he come out? Well, because he can't afford the unlimited internet that's required to do live stream. So he's got to slurp on whoever he's renting from. He slurps and gets free internet. So he doesn't have to pay for it. So that's why you only see, number one, you only see him from this area up. And number two, he's always in his fucking bed. Because he can't afford the fucking internet. Or he just flat doesn't want to pay the extra. I've been using what I use. I've got a Cricket phone. I've been using Cricket for, oh my God, since about 15 years now. And they came out with this, with a new plan with unlimited data. So yeah, I pay a little extra for that, but it's worth it. you know, and I can get out and do stuff like this. Now, 2, 3, 4 years ago, yeah, the way the internet connections were, I wouldn't have done this. But with the 5G and stuff, it's a lot better. So, because I didn't want to pay extra money for a maybe connection. Maybe you'll get on, maybe you won't. But, you know, anymore, there's when I'm streaming, there's a couple of dead spots that I have found in the downtown area. But nothing, that's usually when you're between some buildings. So the signal gets a little sketcy down there from time to time. But it's nothing that you're not out of within like a block and a half. Yeah, that's what I do. I pay a little extra for unlimited. So I just freaking fly with that. And then you got you know who. Oh, and on his hey, 3 viewers, all right. On one of his, not last night's stream, day before, he was begging for donations because he wants a new PC. Well, what the fuck happened to the old PC? Did it get confiscated? Or did you just decide to trash it because you were afraid of the information that was on there? You remember the one that you begged and begged and begged for while you were an active member of KAF, Kerman and Friends. And somebody was nice enough to gift you with a laptop, which you immediately set to bitching about because it was a Chromebook. Well, big fucking deal. You got a free goddamn laptop. And you put it to good use. But yet you bitched about it. But boy, you used the living shit out of it. I'll give you that. Yeah, as soon as he got that, I forgot who it was that sent it to him. I can't remember that, but I know he was gifted with a laptop. You know, and somebody out of the goodness of their heart sent him one. And then he gets it and bitches because it's a Chromebook. Well, hey, the price was right, man. I bet he's the type of guy. I bet that he's the type of guy. Morning. They would go to a homeless shelter and bitch about what meal they were having. And he probably did. Morning, thank you. No, it wasn't a MacBook, man. It was a Chromebook. Which they're not the best laptops in the world, but they work. And he did put it to good use. But kind of strange now that all of a sudden he doesn't have a computer. And the strange thing about him not having a computer, exactly. strange thing about him not having a computer is the fact that it came up missing just about the same time that Jimmy the Christian turned himself in Florida. Interesting, huh? And the other interesting thing is neither him nor Alicia likes to deal with that while they're on a live stream. Now, whether or not they deal with it over the phone, I don't know, because I don't call either one of them. But it just seems kind of strange that the laptop came up missing, and all of a sudden he doesn't want to talk about it anymore. Neither does Alicia. So it just stands to reason that, hey, maybe there was some shit on that computer that he tried to get rid of. The problem with that is anything that Jimmy would have sent his way is still going to be in his records area or whatever. Morning. And it's still going to be out there. Oh, hell no. You think he's going to send something back or give it away? No, he used the shit out of it, man. He's one of the most hypocritical pricks I've ever seen or ever had the misfortune to come in contact with. And he's sure not going to give it away. And here he is yet again, begging for, and I posted the, on this page, I posted a clip where he's begging for the PC donations again. Probably hoping that somebody will give him another one. That ain't happening. Because he fucked over too many people. I'm way up on the north side of town now. Yeah, right, Bruce. He used it a lot. Yeah, he did that. He used it a lot. And I don't think, frankly, I don't think I heard him ever say thank you for it. On your left would have been good. Usually when you approach somebody and you're going to go around them, you say on your left. And some of these guys are just assholes about that. But hey, that's okay. They'll find themselves getting into an accident or something, which I don't wish that on anybody, but it happens. Oh, he gets 2 or 3 views while he's streaming, and then the views go up, and people will go back and watch. Basically, they go back and watch it to see what kind of jackass things he said, and to snag some clips. You know, I'm sure drunken peasants look for clips. I certainly get clips. So yeah, he's that's the only reason people view his shit. On his latest stuff, Bruce, you'll like this. Now he's an expert on the world of boxing. And the only reason he's doing that is likely because the only TV that's there belongs to the people that own the house he's living in, and that's what they watch. So he's kind of no, man, seriously, and I've said this before, Bob used to be fun and entertaining and enjoyable to watch. I mean, I like going over and talking to him and having a good time. Hell, I even used to call him on the phone once in a while. But he turned into this frickin' foul-mouthed, lying, piss-poor excuse of a man in just the past couple of years. But yet he's on there as, oh, preach the love, not the hate. Preach the love, not... Oh, fuck you, asshole. If that was the case, you wouldn't be lying about people. Yeah, oh yeah. Well, Bruce, I don't want to. No names, Bruce. But yeah, the old version was good. And this new asshole started up after his little kumbaya session in the garage, which nobody seems to want to talk about, him or the other party that was involved, to say what really went on in the garage. So, you know, you have to make you wonder, was it something that was going on the down low? Could it have been something that two men would do so that they can hold it over the other's head at a later date? Is that a possibility? Sure, that's a possibility. It's funny that he doesn't want to discuss it. And isn't it funny that the other party has virtually vanished, leaving him to flail for himself? With his made up bullshit, lying ass nonsense. Now I'm kind of angling. A little bit with the wind coming at me from the south, my right side, which looks opposite on the film. This is my left. This is my right. Yeah, the amazing thing is, right now I can see where I'm going to be. Two viewers. So yeah, he last night's stream was boxing this and boxing that, basically reading what other people have written. He is at the border, but he's not at the part of the border where all the shit's going on. He's like the other side of Texas where all that shit's going on. Now, are there crossings that are going on where he's at? Probably. But that's not where the majority of it's going on. He ain't getting out of his, Bruce. He's not getting his lazy ass out of that fucking bed to do jack shit that's going to benefit anybody else. Nothing. All he's going to do is sit there and yammer on about the freaking horse shit and anything he can make up or anything that he can read and actually make sense of, which isn't that much. Because he still thinks Yemen is pronounced Yaman. Yeah, man, as in yeah, man. That's how he pronounces it. And it's Y-E-M-E-N. He thinks to secede from something is spelled as succeed and not secede. Because what he does, here's what he does. He Googles something, and he goes down through the Google results and reads all those little snippets of headlines. And then he takes that and runs with it. He doesn't research shit. That story that he told about a Russian aircraft carrier getting sunk. China gave Russian aircraft carrier. Well, number one, China didn't give Russian aircraft carrier. Number two, the Russian ship that was sunk, that happened 2 years ago. Here he is, rattling off with his friggin' claptrap, making crap up as he went along because he Googled something and read that little headline. Oh, I'll talk about this. And on a pretty recent stream, 3 or 4 days back, could have been a little bit longer than that, it was Colombian class of submarines, which is not true. It's Columbia class of submarines. They are not ion powered. I think someone is getting confused with lithium-ion batteries and actual ion power, which there's a big difference. But the moron doesn't realize that. The Columbia class of submarines are nuclear powered, and as with any nuclear vessel the Navy has, the nuclear reactor is designed to convert the nuclear power into electricity. And it does the same thing on a submarine. And it's still going to do the same thing on a submarine. But the difference is these new submarines have an expected lifespan of 42 years. The reactor has an expected lifespan. Well, nuclear fuel can last for thousands of years, but the usable life is supposed to be the same, about 42 years. That means that submarine doesn't need a midlife refueling. They don't have to replace the reactor at, let's say, 25 years. And that's really cost effective. But it's not ion power. It's nuclear power that gets converted into electricity. And I would imagine that there's a number of other little tweaks and stuff to the new class of subs. Next thing you know, he'll be claiming that the new subs have got that hydrodynamic drive like they had in for Red October, which that actually has been tried, but it doesn't work to the degree that the Navy requires. They will stick with old and reliable until something else comes along that can be tested and won't break down and they won't have issues with. So that drive system that you saw in the hunt for Red October, is it feasible? Yes. But from what I understand, it's incredibly high maintenance. So that's why the Navy, expert on everything. Hence the reason that the Navy didn't pursue it further. And ion propulsion is not even a thing. Look it up. That is like still in its infancy. Well, hell, look how long it took the Navy to go from steam catapults to the EMAL system. I mean, they'd been using EMAL systems to launch roller coasters for years. But the Navy wanted to test, and retest. To the point that I remember there was a roller coaster and amusement park that they made a big deal out of. I'd ridden it. It's out in Virginia. It was a lot of fun when it ran right, but the technology was so new that it became an immense headache and over expense for the park just to keep the thing running, so they took it out. Because the technology had not advanced far enough. And that's the same with this ion propulsion. It's like in baby stage. It's not even walking yet. But here he is. Oh yeah, the new Columbia sub's got ion propulsion. No, it doesn't. Do your fucking research for once, you idiot. Because you just come across looking like more of a moron. Every time you open your claptrap, because you won't research. You won't look into stuff. He's sitting over there right now Googling the shit out of EMAL system. EMALS. That's how you spell it, by the way. You went you went and watched the clip. Oh, fucking A, I love it. I love it, Bruce. That's great. That's great. Yeah. Bob wants to educate people. Oh, that's just a freaking scary thought, isn't it? That's just freaking scary. I'm sitting up here watching there's a fox in this field over here. Let's see if I can. I don't want to run into them because I don't need to go to the doctor with any kind of freaking animal bites. Almost to the grocery store. Yeah, that was. I love that clip, man. When he started talking about that, begging for donation, I'm like laughing my butt off. Because in KAF, I don't know if you were around when he did that, but he whimpered and whined and whimpered and whined and pissed and moaned and cried because his computer went down on something about it. First it was the battery, and then I think finally figured out that the hard drive was just toast. And he whimpered and whined and whimpered and whined and cried. And somebody in KAF felt sorry for him and sent him that Chromebook laptop. And that's what he used up until just a few months ago when Jimmy the Christian turned himself in. All of a sudden, his frickin' laptop vanished. Where did it go? I don't have a clue. But if he thinks for 1 minute that just because he threw it out or destroyed it or whatever, that the shit that he got isn't still accessible, he's sorely mistaken. Jimmy the Christian or Elisa. Because they got his shit. They got his phone, they got his computers, they got all of his stuff. Because he admitted all this crap, quite frankly. You don't think they're going through that crap with a fine-tooth comb? Yeah, so he can try to hide it. And he thinks that he's smarter than anybody. When the reality is far less glorious. So, guys, and Bruce especially, I'm up here at the grocery store. So I'm going to drop off. You know, I might do a live stream later today from the apartment because it's going to be raining anyway. That'll give me something to do. So we'll catch you guys later. Have a good one.